on both a band and a body weight workout. It's going to be a good one.
Whoa. I think this is what, the third time
it is.
We'll be doing this.
Yep.
This will be the last time as well. Third and last time of this banded and body weight high intensity interval training. I've done it twice now with body weight, while Hudson does it with band. And so now I'm going to do the band. I'm going to try it out, see what it's like.
We're switching it up a little bit today.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
And I'm a little nervous because the body weight is pretty tough.
Very tough. Everyone's logging into Instagram. What's up, guys? Yeah. Thanks for joining in. If you guys aren't familiar with what we're doing, every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, we do a high intensity interval training. It takes about, 20 minutes or so total time. And yeah, we're doing this live. We want you guys to join in on the workout. So just kind of a follow along thing here. We're going to do a body weight version and a banded version. So that way, yeah, if you have bands, you can definitely do kind of that type of resistant training, which we posted the full workout on Facebook and Instagram before. If you guys aren't familiar with it, we have the board here, Instagram. I'll actually grab you guys and show you real quick.
So Brandon's showing you the...
I'm showing you the... Can I flip it?
The goodness right now.
There we go. So that's the workout for the banded workout here. And Hudson's going to be doing the body weight. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun there. The hearts are pumping. I love it, guys. Hopefully your morning's going well, or afternoon, depending on where you're from. I saw one guy was from Israel. Thanks for tuning in. Always love seeing everyone from around the world. Buff dudes and girls from around the world, baby.
Yeah.
It's always awesome.
And it's good to hear that everyone can see the board.
Yeah.
We did a mistake. It's always a learning lesson for us. In the past, we haven't, it was a little too far away. So now you can see a little better, which is awesome. Yeah, great seeing everybody. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for all the replies. We are going to get a little warm up, so we recommend you do it as well.
This is full body workout, so get a full body warm up. You can do some full body squats. Really help open the hips up. You know, you can squat down, kind of hold that position, maybe turn a little bit, get a little mobility in your thoracic spine as well by turning your trunk. But sitting in that deep squat, those nice hips and ankle mobility. If you have a band, if you have a dowel, you can do some pass-throughs here. You can do some external rotations for the shoulders. Always good to warm those shoulders up, mobilize them, since it is the most mobile joint in the body. You want to make sure they're healthy and ready to go. Oh, yeah.
And as we mentioned earlier, we're doing both band, which Brandon will be doing today, and body weight, which I'll be doing. So if you have bands or if you don't have bands, you're still good to go. You can follow along with us. I'll run over just really quickly what I'll be doing. That's what Brandon's doing. So I'm going to be doing, for body weight, squats, followed up with scapula pushes, push-ups, Russian twists, split squats, planks, pike push-ups, praying mantis push-ups, T curls, and calf raises. So if you don't know what some of those are, no worries. We'll describe it as we're working out. You'll be able to follow along alongside me, or if you decide to do bands, you'll be following Brandon. I'm nervous.
Yeah, that body weight's no joke. We're doing it for a couple weeks now. It's tough.
Yeah.
If you guys have never done kind of this high intensity interval training type workout with just body weight, it's very difficult. It fatigues you like crazy. It winds you. It's an excellent way to get a great pump in a short amount of time, 20 minutes, but also it really stresses your cardiovascular system because the rest times are so short. So yeah, it's a lot harder than it looks. And I think we've had some comments of like, come on guys, what is this? This looks easy. Well, it looks easy until you try it, I think, is one of those things.
That is very true. And for those of you who don't know, we'll spend the week doing our traditional workouts. So we'll be doing either barbells, dumbbells, or mobility bands. Today, being Saturday, is more of our cardio full body based workout. So
this is our fun time morning show.
Exactly. Buff dudes, fun time, happy hour.
Yeah. Tune in. All right. We're about warmed up. Hopefully you guys are too. You guys are warming up.
As you can see, we get plenty of it. We get about 5 to 10 minutes, which is on the shorter end, actually.
That is true.
Just because we want to be ready to go. We want you all to be ready to go as well. So please, please get as much warm up as you can. Remember to get that water for hydration. You're going to need it. Get some good music playing if you can. We apologize, we don't have our own. You're just going to have to be stuck with us grunting and maybe saying a few bad words here and there when we're really winded. I don't know.
That's the Buff Dudes musical, just grunts and
Curse
heavy
words.
breathing and curse words.
Exactly. So we're going to get started in about 2 minutes. So mobilize.
I've been doing more mobility these days. I've been spending about 15 to 20 minutes probably before my workouts, and it's definitely paying off. I feel a lot better. I think that's the problem with a lot of people. They get into a program and they neglect their mobility, their dynamic warm-ups, and it can catch up to you in the long run. Of course, when you're younger, whatever, you don't need it, or you think you don't need it. But as you progress in your training and progress in age, you see the value in warm-ups.
And we're seeing a lot of comments. Thank you all for joining us. We apologize we can't reply to any at the moment just because we're getting warmed up. But after the workout, we will spend about 40 minutes with a Q&A. So
That's right.
that's when we'll be talking to you. Now we're just getting ready for that warm-up. And we hope you are too, because we are just about to get started.
Oh yeah. This is the first time I've done the banded. I'm kind of nervous actually, and I want to make sure I'm doing all the stuff. There we go. I'm gonna be looking at this board from time to time just to remember.
Depending on the exercise, if you get a heavy band, it can be
Pretty tough.
really difficult.
Right.
Yeah. So, how you feeling, Brian?
Good.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. We are ready to begin. Get into position. We're going to see if we can get this timer going. Of course, you can follow along using that right there if you'd like to.
I'm strapped in.
Brian's ready to go.
I'm ready.
He's like the first astronaut.
Yeah. I feel like I'm about to get shot in space by this rubber band. Woo.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone, prepare yourselves. Get it set up right now.
Oh yeah. This is like working on my posture. This is like what they did in the medieval days to try to torture someone. Try to like push you instead of stretch you.
3,
All right.
2, 1, and we're starting with squats, both body weight and banded. So no matter what you have, you're good to go.
Yeah, these bands are nice. You can do so many different exercises with them, as you can tell from just this short workout. And with the squats, you're basically just wrapping around the base of your neck here with one end, the other end you're stepping on. I guess I should just keep it on. That makes more sense. And yeah, it provides a lot of resistance. And really, I like this one too because as you can tell, the band is on the outside of your legs here. So it kind of wants to sometimes push your legs in. So you're gonna have to externally rotate your legs to keep the band from pushing your knees in, and that's really gonna help engage your glutes a little bit more, which is nice.
It's a good teaching tool as well.
Definitely.
It can assist you.
Oh yeah.
I, of course, am just doing the classic bodyweight squat, one of the greatest exercises of all time. Great thing is with the bodyweight squat, all you need is your body and the floor.
Oh, I'm burning.
My legs already.
Yeah.
The feeling it.
My quads are really burning. Of course, the squats, getting your glutes, getting your quads, hamstrings. Ooh. Good activation of the core as well for spinal stabilization.
We're on to our last set of the squats. We're going to be moving on to bent over rows for Brandon and scapula push for myself.
Nice.
Prepare yourselves.
I'm going to start a little lighter on this one.
Yeah.
See how it feels first. Oh yeah, classic bent over row. Ooh. Really mimics a dumbbell or barbell bent over row. Ooh, really feel that resistance. Hit the peak at the top position. Really getting your elbows as far up as you can. Ooh. Gets those lats really good. Of course, get the rear delts as well, your traps, and the biceps. So it's a lot in this exercise. Great compound movement.
Then as you can see with the scapula push, it's there's less involved, but it's by no means easier, especially as you get into sets 3, sets 4, and we're going to be following this up with push-ups. So not only are you getting that back activation, you're getting a lot of core and quad work as well, especially after having to perform those squats.
Yeah. It's deceiving those kind of plank positions. Your quads have to fire a lot, so yeah, it's like double burn on the quads.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it right now. And for those of you who are doing body weight along with me, I'm assuming you're probably feeling the same way. We're on set 3 of 4. And for those of you who are maybe newer to this, or you're feeling a little winded, you can feel free to set out that 4th set if you need a little longer recovery time. Okay, final set of bent over rows and scapula push. Oh, there we go. Thanks. Following up, push-ups for me, chest press for Brandon. I gotta apologize in advance for all of you who are doing push-ups because, wow, what a follow-up from the scapula push.
Yeah, those push-ups are no joke. I always have a hard time finishing them, honestly. I get a little bit of the easier exercise here with the banded chest press, just in the standing position. And I'm gonna go a little heavier actually. But I do love this exercise. And much like we were talking about in the squats, the band pressing in your legs, this actually kind of presses in your arms. So in a way, it kind of helps you bring your elbows a little bit closer to the body, and it helps you pull your shoulders back, the beginning position, to retract them, stabilize them, and get in an overall better position for a chest press. So like Hudson was saying, it can be a good teaching tool as well as a good exercise.
As you can see with the push-ups, I'm varying it up a little bit today. I'm releasing my hand grip at the bottom position just to help to remember to get the full range of motion. So release, then bring it back up to the top. We actually first encountered this when doing the Army's new fitness test, which is a great way to perform push-ups. Again, just to really maximize that range of motion.
Oh yeah.
I feel pretty maximized at the moment.
Yeah, the muscles are being maximized.
Oh yeah.
We're getting that blood flow, maximum blood flow.
So we're on to our final set of the push-ups. We're gonna be moving on to the side crunches for Brandon and the Russian twists for myself and those of you who are doing body weight.
Oh man,
all right. Okay. Whew. Here we go, Russian twist.
This setup's a little bit of a different one for the side bends here, as you can tell. You're looping one end of the band on one foot, stepping on the middle band on the other foot, and grasping the loop, opposite loop end on the other hand. So, but overall, really just trying to target those obliques, crunching them in. Oh, it feels damn good.
I'm getting to that point in the workout where it's a little hard for me to talk after
yeah.
this set.
Yeah, these ones, the side bends here, you're really focusing on the opposite oblique here of where you're grabbing the band. So I'm grabbing the band with my left hand, but I'm crunching in my right oblique. So it can be making sure you're working the right one. I'm gonna go up in resistance a little bit.
That's the great thing with bands. You can always go up in resistance or down based upon your level.
Yeah, and I love that. It's just a quick change and you're ready to go.
With the Russian twist, you want to basically, your butt is the balance. So you want to keep your legs slightly elevated. And you're keeping constant tension in that core as you rotate your body from one side to the next. We're on to
the final set. Hope you're all hanging in there strong. I know time zones are different for everyone, but for us personally, it's 9 a.m. So this is always quite a way to wake up and start our Saturday. Oh yeah. Definitely a good way to start a Saturday. Some people start a Saturday hungover. Buff dudes start a Saturday with a workout.
Exactly.
Whether they're hungover or not. All right, what's next? Romanian deadlifts for me. Okay.
For me, we got split squats. So I'm going to be doing this, of course, unilaterally. One side and then the next. I'm going to basically start left, right, over the course of 4 sets.
Okay. So the Romanian deadlifts, exactly like how you perform them with the dumbbell or barbell. Really focusing on the stretch in the hamstrings. There we go. A little heavier this one. Ooh. Really working in the flexion and extension of the hip. Knee slightly bent. Oh yeah. But yeah, glutes, hamstrings, your forearms are definitely gonna be worked in this exercise.
Ooh. Oh yeah. I'll tell you one thing, my legs are definitely getting a lot of activation. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you, Brendan. My vocabulary is getting much lower the more I run out of oxygen to my brain.
The bigger your pump is, the less your vocabulary is. That's how it works.
Bigger the pump, smaller the brain.
It's kind of like the balance universe. A buff dude couldn't be pumped and have a higher vocabulary at the same time. That would create like a,
It would create a new race of superhumans.
Yeah, it couldn't work.
It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
But if we ever figure out a way to do it in the future, we'll let you know. So all of you and us can colonize Mars together. Rename it Buff-Dudia.
Buff-topia. Buff-dudia. There you go.
Okay, this is our final set. The Romanian deadlifts and the split squats. Brandon's going to be moving on to good mornings. And me and all of you who are doing body weight are going to be moving on to planks. Just another way to say, screw you, quads.
All right, good mornings. I really love this exercise, honestly. It's not one you go super heavy with, but it really does engage your lower back, your glutes, hamstrings, in a different way than the Romanian deadlifts there. Romanian deadlifts, you're keeping the band close to yourself or the bar, dumbbell. Your center of gravity is closer. This one pulls it away from you. So you do have to engage your hamstrings and lower back a little bit differently. And it feels really good. You now stretch and extend. Yeah. Just bow forward like saying good morning. Very politely.
Hope all of you are hanging in there. Doing a great job if you're following us along. Oh yeah. 2 sets. Now don't forget to hydrate.
Yep.
It gives you just a little window. Those rest times are very short.
Good job, everyone. Getting close to the finish line. Always feels good. I mean, once you finish something like this up, it's just a nice sense of accomplishment.
Great way to start the weekend too.
Oh yeah.
Or for those of you who live in a later time zone, maybe you're about to go out tonight. Great way to get the pump before going out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And we're not finished yet. We got the last set of this, but we got a little bit of a murderer's row coming up. Brandon's going to be doing shoulder press, and I am going to be doing pike push-ups. I don't know about all you doing planks alongside me, but my quads are on fire. Yeah. Okay, there we go. On to shoulders. No rest for the wicked. We got 5 seconds. We're gonna be getting it done. Here we go.
Yeah, time to take a drink. I'll do a few extra reps because I got behind. I really love this banded shoulder press. Really easy, as you can tell. You kind of feel like you're boxed in the band there. You're just pressing upwards, and it's really working on stabilization too, that top position. I did a few more because I got leg behind on that one. Okay, here we go. because at the top position of this banded press, you really feel unstable. The band's wanting to pull you in all different directions. So it's a great teaching tool and a great exercise to work on that stabilization in the shoulder joint, which is very important and can carry over from a barbell or dumbbell to have that control in the movement. So yeah, these banded presses are awesome.
My legs are shaking quite a bit right now.
Yeah.
Got 2 sets left of shoulders. For those of you doing tight push-ups, I'm sorry. Me and Brandon worked out shoulders about 2 days ago. And I'm feeling that more than ever.
Me too, dang. I'm not even doing tight push-ups. But yeah, these presses my muscles are fatiguing.
So we got 1 set left on tight push-ups.
There we go. Come on, guys, you can do it. This is it. You can close. Oh, man.
This is where the grunt starts. You can't help it.
Shoulders are literally failing.
Okay, so Brandon's going to be moving on to the tricep extensions. I'm going to be moving on to the praying mantis push-ups. Kind of like a skull crushers, a bodyweight skull crusher, which is amazing. As you can see, you can choose to perform it in the traditional push-up position, but I am doing it on my knees due to the fact that my quads are completely shot. And I'm trying to focus as much as I can on the triceps.
I have to go down. Dang, muscles are hitting that fatigue point really bad.
There we go.
You can tell I'm kind of doing like a French press basically with these chest extensions, anchoring it with my legs in the kneeling position, and then really working in that stretch position as I bring my hands behind my head, and then I extend. And you don't have to get the full extension. You just want to get that time under tension in these.
Oh yeah,
and I'm feeling it.
And with the praying mantis, you may be able to see I'm holding my palms a little bit above my head because, as I said, it's kind of like a reverse skull crusher. Instead of being in the supine position, you're facing prone towards the floor and you're pushing the earth down with every rep, or at least that's what you're trying to think. Gives you a little bit of motivation there. Okay, so we're on to our final set of triceps coming up right now, and then we're on to the fun one. We're on to the biceps.
Yeah.
Final set of triceps, everybody. Doing great. Keep going strong. You got this.
Oh yeah.
We're all getting buffed together on a Saturday. Oh man. We're down to our final 2 exercises. That is going to be the T curls and the calf raises. You may be wondering, why the hell am I taking my t-shirt off? It's because I'm using this to pump my biceps. T curls. T curls. You want to try to keep your leg as dead as possible, or as limp, I should say, because you want to put all the focus on the biceps, curling your leg up to top position. As you can see, I'm doing it unilaterally, so I'm doing it one leg and one bicep at a time. I'm going to go left, right, left, right. Oh. It's also a lot about balance, too.
Yeah.
Oh. And this, if you've never done it, give it a shot, because you'd be surprised just how pumped your biceps get performing these T curls, especially at the top. You really want to squeeze just like this. We get as much bicep activation as you can. There we go.
Yeah, they're surprisingly effective, those T curls. At first glance, you might not think they'd work that well, but man, they do create an amazing pump.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say they're just as effective as like a band curl like I'm doing.
Oh, it's more motivation to work your legs too, because the bigger your legs are, the more resistance it gives your biceps. There we go, one last rep. We're on to our final set of the bicep curls, or the T curls. And then we're going to be moving on to our final exercise. Hell yeah. You got to let us know in the comments after we're done with this workout if you've ever performed T-curls in the past and if this is your first time. Oh yeah, maximum bicep pumpage.
There we go.
We got some great news, everybody. We're on to our last exercise. It's going to be the calf raises. Really simple. Keep your line vertical, bring it up to the top position, squeeze and back down. You don't really want to do any of this action right here. You want to focus more on slow and controlled. Of course, keep your balance at the top position. Go back down. It's pretty easy. It's a great way to end this workout, but it's also cool because you get a little bit of that calf action too, which you can't neglect the calves.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, those biceps are feeling pretty pumped right
I
now.
know. Yeah.
That could be a hard thing saying goodbye to the pump.
I know, it's always sad as the pump fades.
It's like sending your kid to college.
Your soul starts disappearing or something.
Exactly. Goodbye, pump.
Yeah.
It's good knowing you. See you next time. That's why you're always trying to get it again.
Oh yeah.
So third set, that would make it 2 remaining for everyone that's done this with us. Hell yeah, you've done great. I think we're gonna end this one, our final set, which is coming up next, which is that front double bicep slew, baby. 20 straight seconds. Get a little bit, keep that pump going a little bit longer.
Sure.
Ooh.
Isometric hold right here.
Oh yeah. And if you're watching us, go ahead and throw us a front double as well.
Yeah.
Ooh. We're all flexing together, even if we're all separated by thousands of miles.
Ooh, ah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Screen fist bump.
Hell yeah.
Bam.
Good job, guys.
Ooh.
Good job, guys.
Did great.
Boom.
Hell yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you all for joining us.
Goodbye to Instagram. We're going to be continuing the session for a little bit longer, doing a Q&A on Buff Dudes workouts on YouTube and also Facebook. So if you want to join the Q&A,
Great job, everybody.
Facebook, jump on Buff Dudes workouts on YouTube. Until then, see you guys. Thanks for joining in.
Brandon saying goodbye to, I did just punch you in the face, John. I apologize. You might want to get that nose looked at. It's looking a little crooked. Thanks, everybody. Glad you could join us. That was amazing. Now we can hang out together for a few minutes. Hope everyone did well. Got to read this comment from Derry T from YouTube. Wasn't going to work out today, but had to join in with you guys being live. Hell yeah. Let's see. Josh from YouTube says, love a good warm up before the gym. Hell yeah. Glad you enjoyed it. Johnny's from YouTube says, got your superhero plan booked today. That's amazing. Hope you enjoy it, Johnny. That's amazing. Killer Man from YouTube says, greetings from Tijuana. One question, do you guys have cheat days and how often should we have one? We usually take Friday nights for cheat meals, I guess I would say. I think in the past I had done cheat days, but I get a little too carried away. Yeah, so I usually just do like a cheat meal and a cheat snack maybe.
Yeah, cheat days it feels like they can take away all your hard work from the week.
Which can be a little depressing when you're like, wow, that all went away with one day of eating anything I wanted.
Yeah, I was going to answer a question. Maddie is from YouTube. Can I replace T-bar rows with some kind of pull-ups? Well, the T-bar row, you're kind of pulling up higher on the chest here. It's kind of a bent over row essentially. So if you're going to do it with the pull-up, you'd actually have to really increase the angle. So you're pulling the bar more to your sternum area, or you could do like a inverted row. So either kind of an increased angle in your pull-up or do an inverted row, and that should kind of mimic a T-bar row in a way.
Strike from YouTube says, hey dudes, I just got your dumbbell program and I'm really excited to start on Monday. Greetings from Romania. Greetings. And we hope you enjoy it. That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Michael from Facebook says, that was awesome as always, but I am wasting away my cheap Amazon bands. When will yours be available again?
Yeah.
Great question, Michael. We're trying to get some, they actually are being made right now at the moment. We hope we can have them as soon as possible, and we'll definitely let you know when we do. We apologize. Making exercise equipment was very new for us, so it's we're not quite sure. You know, we weren't sure how many to have made, and unfortunately, we made too little. But this time, we're making sure to make enough.
Yo, absolutely. There's one question here by. Gotta go back a little bit. Kosa Man, I think maybe that's how you pronounce it, from YouTube. Hey, dudes, any tips on how to train lower body with varicose veins? You should be able to train it like anyone else. I mean, depending on the severity of your varicose veins, but I think it's, can't remember the reasoning behind varicose veins, if it's some kind of blood flow issue or something like that. So you can get them checked out by a professional, and they can kind of let you know if there's anything to do about it. But other than that, you can, if they're not that severe, you can usually train as normal.
I was going to say, as Brandon said, if they're not like a hindrance to your performance, then you should be able to train as normal. A lot of great questions here, everybody. Sorry we're not answering them maybe as fast as we should. RJ from Facebook says, will this be a consistent thing? Working out with you dudes is awesome. It is.
Yeah.
It's every Saturday Pacific time at 9 a.m. So like Los Angeles time, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to keep it up. And the workouts usually change every 3 weeks or so, maybe sooner, kind of depending. So this is the third time we did this workout with the bands and body weight, and we'll switch it up for next week for sure. We'll probably do like a dumbbell and body weight. So that way it's always, people get two different choices. If people don't have dumbbells, they can still do body weight, or vice versa. And
Lifting Matt from YouTube says, how's the God of Gains, aka Buff Duke, doing? He's doing great. He's actually going to be helping us with the video, which is coming out on Monday. We're building a new gym. It's going to be a very interesting gym build.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think it was one of my favorites for sure. We've done a lot, done ones out of trees, concrete, primitive, and this one steps it up a little bit.
It does. And Not Doing Meth from YouTube.
Oh, hey.
Glad to see you're still not doing meth.
Yep.
Is the camera lens curved? Because Brandon's left arm and Hudson's right shoulder look huge. No, we're just really disproportionate. Yeah. One side of us is this big and the other side. It's actually, we're using a little bit of a wide angle lens, actually, just due to the fact that when we're doing our live workouts, we want everybody to be able to see like this sign, see the sign over here. So I think it's probably a little warped on the edges. Yeah. Let me see.
So Hanny from Facebook, I was just going to grab this.
Oh, go ahead.
What is your go-to snacks between meals? Well, kind of depends. If you're on the go, just a quick protein shake, maybe banana or rice cakes with some peanut butter on it, cottage cheese, like yogurt, stuff like that. Something that's easy, especially if you're on the go. Something that can be pre-made is sometimes easy as well, depending on if you have a job. A lot of times a protein shake for me would be really easy. If I had a pretty busy schedule working, I would have my major meals, but then I'd have those snacks just ready to grab and go. So those are kind of my go-to snacks for sure.
Robert Irwin from Facebook says, thanks for the workout, guys. Look forward to this every Saturday. Well, thank you, Robert. Yeah, glad you appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Best exercise for triceps. Adam from YouTube. That kind of depends. Dips are amazing. I love cross bench dips. It's a bit more of a compound. You're involving more of the shoulder and elbow joints. You can do a lot more weight. Skull crushers, honestly, are probably one that I would give a lot of credit to, building the size and strength in my triceps, as well as obviously doing a lot of heavy pressing motions, either that being bench press, shoulder press, stuff like that. You can do chest dips at the bar, which will definitely work triceps well, or you can kind of make it more of a tricep dominant exercise by being a little bit more upright in your body. So there's less emphasis on the chest though. But I would say skull crushers for sure.
Hell yeah. Or if you only have body weight available, the praying mantis push-ups are a great alternative.
Yeah, because those are basically skull crushers, basically body weight. And those are very difficult.
Yeah.
But that's why it's cool, because you can just do them on your knees if it's a little too difficult to do your full body. But then again, you can progress and then do your full body.
And then even add some weights on your back if you wanted resistance training. Vorilanus from YouTube says, looking forward to getting some of your workout bands. Thanks for the motivation to get in a workout today. Well, that's awesome, Vorilanus, and hope you can join us every Saturday.
That Logan's comment from YouTube. He guessed that we were going to say skull crushers. That was a good guess, Logan.
Yeah.
You were right about that. But cross bench dips are really close right there. So.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up.
Bob from YouTube says, in Germany, our gyms are closed for a month now due to COVID. Do you guys think it's possible to gain muscle at home for an advanced athlete? Well, for an advanced athlete, I mean, it depends on what you're specifically training for. I'm not sure if I would put Brandon in the category of advanced athletes. I would like to think we are, but we have gotten excellent.
We've trained with advanced athletes.
Well,
and we saw how they train. We're like, but it's usually so specific to their sport. So that's why when you try their training, you feel out of shape. But then if you maybe put them on a program that we're used to, they might seem out of shape. So it's that's the hard thing about advanced athlete. It kind of depends.
Exactly. And you really can get excellent workouts from home. To answer your question, I mean, me and Brandon have gotten amazing workouts in the past with just one set of dumbbells because we implement a lot of things like supersets, drop sets if they're available. If you have multiple dumbbells, you can kind of put yourself through a circuit basically like you're training for a specific event. For us, really, it was just hypertrophy and trying to get as lean as possible while retaining as much muscle mass as we could. And it worked perfect. So yeah, I would say it definitely is possible.
Reza from YouTube, what is the best dips alternative workout for chest? I would say decline's a pretty good alternative, kind of the same type of positioning. As far as the bar, you're pressing kind of more downward. That's probably the number one, I would say. Yeah, for dips. Unfortunately, there's not a plethora amount of exercise that are gonna mimic or replace dips. So yeah, decline's probably a good one.
And Claire from Facebook says, need to work on my interior delt. How many set rep do you recommend?
That kind of depends if you want to isolate it. Obviously, front raises are a good option for you, but depending on your shoulder health, you can kind of change. I like dumbbells. You can change the position of how you place your palm because, of course, if you externally rotate here, your thumbs up, it can be a little bit easier for your shoulder to get in the proper position there. So a dumbbell front raise can be very valuable to pinpoint your anterior deltoid. A press obviously is going to be a bit more emphasis on the front delt as well and really build strength as you go heavier with like a press since it's a compound movement. And as far as the set and rep range, I mean, we usually like to stick with a higher volume in compound exercise, maybe around 4 sets. And then a little bit lower volume with isolations and lower weight with maybe around 3 sets or so. And the rep range can go pyramid up in a compound, anywhere from 12 reps down to 6. And for the isolations, we usually stick around 10 to 12 reps.
Tony from YouTube says, you two have motivated me for years. Keep it up, guys. I'm looking flat now with lockdown. No pop in the abs, even though I'm doing core work every day. Yeah, well, thank you, Tony. Glad to hear we can motivate you, but that can be tough because you're at home. Food is always available. Of course, abs, as they say, are made in the kitchen. So your eating plays a large part in that. But good luck, man.
Yeah,
we've been there too.
These workouts, man. Help for sure.
Wellsy's Magic from YouTube.
Nice.
Thank you for the $5 donation. We really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
And Tim Bates from YouTube says, greetings from the UK. Massive thank you for your home dumbbell workout program. Got me through the previous and current lockdowns. Keep up the great work.
That's awesome. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, we really like that one for sure. And we're glad we had that one available, not only for ourselves, but everyone else too, because it definitely paid off, especially if you have a pair of dumbbells.
And Kristen M from YouTube says, think you'll ever collaborate with Juji Mufu? I'd love to see it. There was 2 possible collaborations with him in the past, but both times I was in the middle of my wife having child number 1 and child number 2. So we're actually afraid if they ever contact us to do another collaboration, I'll probably end up with child number 3. So for my own sake,
curse. Whenever he contacts us to do collaboration, then his wife gets pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. Little do we know, Juji is, if you ever want to have a kid, just email Juji Mufu. And bam, it's going to happen like that. Yeah. So Yossi, let me see. Yosalas from Facebook says, what's your maximum deadlift weight? And isn't deadlift good for strength?
Is not deadlift good for strength? I'm assuming it's like, deadlift is amazing for strength for sure. Max deadlift, conventional deadlift for me, what we hit like a little over 500.
Yeah, 515 maybe.
Yeah, and then I tried a sumo deadlift and I got like 520. So I can't remember the exact 5 something, and that felt pretty good. But I personally love deadlifts, and they're amazing posterior chain exercise, especially the conventional deadlifts. Really working on your hip strength, your glutes, your hamstrings, a lot of upper body as well with your lats. Your grip, your trap, stuff like that. And Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, obviously it depends on your lower back health and stuff. You know, you obviously have to be careful and cautious of that. But yeah, it's definitely one I would recommend for sure for strength.
David Walters from Facebook says, from 300 pounds down to 200, not quite at the buff dude level yet, but progress is always self-satisfying. Keep up the motivation, guys. It's been a huge help. David,
wow, 100 plus pounds. Awesome
huge props to you for doing that. And please keep it up. Thanks for motivating us. Yeah, that's awesome. And you're great. And you're absolutely right. It is a huge source of self-satisfaction.
Oh, absolutely. Dario from YouTube asks, how can I grow my legs with only body weight? It's difficult, but you know, there is options, obviously, kind of depending on if you have some sort, like if you have a backpack and books, like you can immediately have a little bit more resistance. You know, I mean, like you don't have to just do body weight, but body weight will give you the kind of activation that still can grow strength and a little bit of size in your legs as well, depending on your diet, how you're eating. But yeah, I mean, obviously doing some kind of progressive overload with weights is going to be quicker if you have like a power rack and dumbbells or barbells, stuff like that. But there's always benefits. So yeah, just don't feel like it's probably going to be as quick maybe if you did a 5x5 program.
David from Facebook says, with your advice about the food and workouts, I lost almost 50 pounds. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Well, that's amazing, wow. David. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, big time. Amazing. Glad to hear we could play a part. That makes us super happy.
Yeah.
Matthias from YouTube also says, thanks, buff dudes. You really inspire me to be better in the gym, but also to be a better almost buff dude. Well, thank you, Matthias, as well. It really makes us happy to hear that. It's all about that one step at a time, one small step at a time. Mm-hmm. Clown Prince of Carnage, wow. Hudson from YouTube. Wow. So he's like me, but cooler.
He's the Clown Prince of Carnage.
Exactly. What are some good power building routines for your shoulders, chest, and back?
Power, I mean, if you're talking about power, that would be more those kind of ballistic kind of movements with clean and presses, clean and jerk, snatch, stuff like that. I would work on that, you know, deadlifts, push press, you know, work with bands, work with chains, anything that's really going to not only give you control, like stabilization, but power as well. Because obviously that's like velocity, like speed and I forget the equation there. But anyways, yeah, it's really working on that really powerful, explosive exercise, like those kind of more Olympic type lifts. But you have to be careful though. They're very technical. So definitely take your time and learn them correctly before trying to go too heavy in them.
Peter from Facebook says, Cloud Bread rocks. Thanks for all the great recipes over the years. That's awesome. Happy to hear you enjoy that, Peter. We're big fans of the Cloud Bread. As soon as we started making it ourselves, we're like, man, we gotta spread this recipe as much as we can because it's awesome.
Definitely.
Penny from YouTube says, get to the chopper.
Yeah. Nice.
Jim from YouTube says, what kind of power rack do you have? Looks like an Ethos. I'm in the market. It is. It is an Ethos. You're absolutely right, Jim. We painted it Buff Dudes blue.
We did. We're also a little, when we got it, we're like, oh, wait, this looks kind of small. It actually is like a half power rack.
Yeah.
On accident.
So our review would personally be get a full power rack. Yeah.
A little bit more room. I mean, if you have the room.
Yeah, true.
This is amazing still, by the way. If you need a little bit more space, then that works fine still.
That's a good point. If you got a garage or a smaller workspace, this would definitely be the one to go for.
Yeah.
Cheese Fart from YouTube says, I love your videos. Thanks, Cheese Fart. Thanks. I'm kind of glad I'm not around you though.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm just reading it and not having you tell me, because I'm assuming if you actually do smell like cheese farts, then
it says gaming, right? It's a gaming
it does say gaming. Okay.
So that's probably good.
Yeah.
You're streaming.
You're streaming. You're not actually hanging around people as you're cheese farting. And we apologize if you actually
vacuum humor amuses us quite a bit, as you can tell.
Yeah, we almost spent an extra 10 minutes just talking about your name. So we're trying to catch up on comments a little bit here. Apologize, everybody, if we haven't gotten to yours yet. Let's see. A man from YouTube, front squats versus back squats.
The positioning obviously is going to change quite a bit, not only in your upper body, but how your lower body activates too. Back squats, they're going to be a little bit more overall. You're going to hit your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, your lower back, and the positioning. You're going to be a little bit more bent over, where front squats, you're going to be more upright in your positioning in your torso. And it's going to be kind of focusing a little bit more on your quads. Your glutes are still activated. It's a little less on your lower back just because of the more vertical position in your upper body. So I would do both, definitely work on both and structure them in a program that you can get the benefits of both of them.
And Girl365 on YouTube with the $5 donation. Thank you. And we are about 3 minutes behind on comments, everyone, just to let you know, because we're getting a lot of comments coming in. So we're trying to catch up on them. Dimitri from Facebook says, hey dudes, do you prefer Manowar or Metallica for your workouts? I gotta say Metallica overall, just because they're the classic.
Yeah, Dwayne from YouTube. Those shirts available for purchase? Absolutely. Yaks Fub, stay buff.
www.buffdudes.us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna. Oh yeah, we got way behind. We apologize, everybody. Yep. It's hard sometimes because you're trying to answer the questions, but then a lot comes in. So if we missed your comment, just ask us again. Hold Your Milk from YouTube says, have you ever had anxiety? Lost the comment there. Have you ever had anxiety from having too low body fat percentage? Greetings from Poland. Greetings. Hope all is well. I mean, I've never had anxiety from being too lean.
I think in some ways when you get that low and you're trying to stay that low, there can be some anxiety because you set a precedent for yourself of like needing to look like that all the time. So if you have I remember I felt this way at the beginning because I really didn't understand how my body would respond as much as I do now, as far as if I ate something that I felt might be too many calories or too fatty, I would get a little anxious because I was like, oh, I shouldn't have ate that. Oh no, whatever. So I think, but don't let that affect you too much.
And Chris from Facebook says, you guys are awesome. I just started the 12-week dumbbell workout. Thanks for the push to be better. Well, that's awesome, nice. Chris. Good luck with the dumbbell program. Keep us updated.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me see. Logan from YouTube says, if a weak point, should I train calves 5 times a week? I'm assuming you mean if calves are a weak point.
Yeah. Should you train 5 times a week? I mean, you could get away with that for sure, depending on how hard you train them. I mean, if you're training them pretty hard, I would say bump it down to maybe 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But hit them hard. Don't, because it's a hard thing. If you train them 5 times a week, you probably just can do one exercise and kind of like get through it and then move on. Really work on them like you would any other muscle. Work on them like you do biceps or chest or shoulders. I mean, really hit them hard in different angles, do 3 different exercises or, whatever it takes. And that way you feel like you're actually pushing them. That's the hard thing about maybe calves or even abs. Some people work them out as just like a quick secondary, whatever. I'll just get them done. I'll do one at last exercise in my workout, and they just kind of breeze through it, and that's it. So really hit them hard.
Ginger from Facebook says, I really enjoy your videos. Some just make me laugh, and the rest are motivational, which a lot of us need. Well, thank you, Ginger. Yeah, that's
definitely our plan, I think. A lot of videos, especially on the main channel.
Yeah.
We've kind of transitioned into more of the motivational entertainment kind of stuff because it's fun for us too. And I'm glad you guys are, we're obviously glad you guys enjoy it.
Gil Herme from YouTube, if I got that name right, my English name is William, which is much easier for me to pronounce. You can never pronounce the real name. Well, there you go.
You should have read the comment before you tried.
Wow, I just totally stepped into your trap you set, and you're like, gotcha. Yeah. Congratulations from a buff dude from Brazil, and I will get your name right one. Well, I'll just call you William. That's easier.
Yeah. Ben from YouTube, I love the superhero program, but what can you do if lunges give you cramps in your quads? If you're getting cramps in your quads that bad, I would definitely try to work on your hydration and nutrition because hopefully that'll, or maybe even stretch them out a little bit, do a little bit more kind of mobility, or even roll them out just to get a little bit extra blood flow in there. I would work on that first because, you should be able to do lunges, and if you can't, then you want to work on doing them. But if you really can't, just try doing split squats or maybe even one-legged like pistol squats, here. Those are excellent as well. So try those out.
Those were really instrumental in my recovery as well. After I broke my ankle, the seated pistol squats were great because that's kind of like at the time the only thing I could do other than single leg press. Matt from YouTube says, weighed myself this morning and I'm down 6 pounds. I thought only eating around 1,500 calories would be impossible, but I'm managing it so far.
That's pretty low.
That
Yeah,
is.
1,500 calories. My girlfriend is actually having 2,300 calories a day, and she's 6 foot, 152 pounds. So sometimes it's hard because if you want to see more, I mean, depending on your goal, sometimes eating too little will deter you from losing weight. So you want to make sure you're correctly balanced and you're not.
It's all about staying satisfied. Because the
Absolutely.
problem I went through for years was the whole binge and purge thing, where you would purge yourself of anything that you didn't want to eat, but then you would binge on the weekends, let's say, and gain it all back, really. And then it's kind of a vicious cycle because you're always like a little bummed. You're always like, oh God, now I gotta purge again and not eat anything. So like Brandon said, you want to find that healthy medium. But if
Sustainability.
But having said that, if it's working for you,
I
then
mean,
by all means, keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Dustin from YouTube says, I'm deployed right now with the Army, and your mobility band workout guide is helping to keep me buff. Thanks, dudes. Love your videos. Dustin, that's amazing to hear. Well, good luck. Stay safe. And if you can in the future, keep us updated on how the mobility plan goes for you.
Absolutely. Stefan from YouTube, Buff Dudes ever run CrossFit's Murph? The Murph Challenge? We've thought about it for sure. And we were going to do it, I think, for a video at one point, but never kind of went through. We ended up doing other stuff like the Navy SEAL Challenge and the Marine Challenge, stuff like that. But yeah, that looks pretty intense for sure. And I think in the future, we probably will at least try it.
That might be a good question. Jennifer from Facebook, any quad exercise suggestions for someone who has painful and tight hip flexors?
Painful and tight hip flexors. Well, you probably should work on that beforehand. If you're experiencing pain and tightness in any part of your body, then work on your mobility. Work on a little bit of the flexibility as well before kind of focusing on any exercises, because obviously exercises will just possibly tighten those muscles up a little bit more and create more pain. There's a lot of hip flexors. Psoas is probably the biggest hip flexor in the body. A deep lunge position can really work on that to really kind of help relieve some issues and pain in there. It's hard because it's really hard to roll them out necessarily. So it'd be more of kind of, stretching exercises to really get a little bit looser in that area. So but yeah, work on that beforehand. And then quad exercises, obviously, depending on what you're working, but a compound, obviously like front squats or like a goblet squat is amazing. A leg extension is great for kind of more of an isolation exercise. So yeah, but yeah, work on your mobility first and really try to get those less tight before you focus on exercising.
And Zach from YouTube says, you guys are outstanding. Love the content, humor, and your advice have been invaluable after recovering from 3 different surgeries in a 2-year period. Thanks for your motivation and laughs you provide. Well, Zach, I hope you're feeling better, first of all. And second, thank you very much for the very kind compliment, because that's kind of, as Brian was saying earlier, that's our goal, is to hopefully be motivating and funny. And it's all about, really, at the end of the day, it's all up to all of us, all of you, us, to do the workouts, get in the gym, eat what we feel is right to eat. And hopefully we can just provide a little bit of humor and motivation and tips along the way.
Definitely. Our tutor from YouTube says, I can't differentiate Romanian deadlifts and regular deadlifts. Can you explain? Romanian deadlifts are a bit more, they're not necessarily an isolation exercise, but they're definitely a little bit closer to that than a conventional deadlift. Conventional deadlifts, you're focusing on a lot of flexion and extension in your knees as well as your hips. So you're in a kind of a bowed forward in a little bit more of a squatted position than you would be in a Romanian deadlift. Romanian deadlifts, your hips are a lot higher up. You're focusing just on really the hamstring and glute activation, where with the deadlifts, it's kind of a fuller range of motion, and you're lifting it from the floor, where the Romanian deadlifts is working on just the stretch position. And you're not lifting the weight from a dead position. You're actually just keeping it in the stretch position the entire length of the repetition.
Steven from Facebook says, do you guys drink beer and eat pizza ever? We do.
And every Friday, usually.
That is true. And there's also some tips there that I've learned along the way, which has really helped me, at least personally. I love, as time has went on, the variety of pizza choices has really gotten larger. I know, at least for me growing up as a kid, you had just your few pizza chains, unless you want to make homemade pizza, that is. And a lot of them were very wheat-based, lots of cheese. Well, nowadays, you can make cauliflower pizza. You can make pizza crust from chicken if you want lots and lots of protein, which we have a recipe for on our YouTube and website. So it's all about kind of finding good alternatives. Even our beer, when we drink pretty light beer.
Mm-hmm.
I know American beer can be made fun of, but the one thing it's got going for it is really low calories. So that's pretty cool.
This guy's been asking this. Sankit from YouTube. Do you guys follow CT Fletcher? No, we don't. I just want to answer.
Okay, exactly. And we'll watch videos from different fitness YouTubers from time to time. I don't think we keep really close tabs on CT Fletcher.
I remember
himself,
he was really
though.
big in back, probably, I can't remember how many years ago.
5 years ago?
Yeah, he was pretty big back then, really loud and really kind of screaming in your face, kind of like that whole, I'll motivate you by cussing and screaming at you. And that really works for some people.
Yeah.
It just wasn't really in line with our kind of mentality and like how we like to train. So I honestly wasn't really that big of a fan, but hey, kudos to you if you like the guy. I mean, he definitely probably was pretty motivational for a lot of people.
Vorilanus from YouTube says, I would like to see some more extreme cooking videos.
Oh, wow.
I think
Mr. Extreme might actually be dead. I think he passed away because he got a little too extreme.
Yeah. I think that took its toll on Brandon.
Yeah.
Playing Mr. Extreme put some years on Brandon.
It popped a few blood vessels at the same time.
It was a hell of a lot of fun, though.
It was.
Running down his neighborhood in a packed Los Angeles street in tidy whities or whatever, with a face mask. Everyone's God.
It very much reminded me of the powdered toast man from Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
That was kind of what it was based off of. A little bit more extreme, though.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. White Guy Gaming from YouTube says, so y'all know Thor? We do.
Yeah.
We're
friends.
He doesn't know it, but
yeah, he actually did. Yeah.
Frenzy Poo.
Oh,
Frenzy Poo from
Frenzy
YouTube.
Poo.
Yeah, with
Nice.
the $5 donation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love the name. We've all had a Frenzy Poo once in our lifetime. Best fitness channel by a mile. Been watching you guys for years, and this is the least I can do. Thanks for everything. Don't stop, stay buff.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Frenzy Poo.
Yeah. We salute you. We salute you, Frenzy Poo.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thanks for giving us a laugh.
Definitely.
Great name. And for the donation as well.
Yeah, true.
I love beards from YouTube. We love beards too. It
That's
says,
true.
apart from training, eating, sleeping, and repeating, that's good. What do you guys do as a hobby?
I actually been kind of getting more into restoring old vehicles. Working on a 1973 Scout 2 right now, trying to get it going and driving around, and also have a 1970 Ford Bronco that I'm going to be working on a frame up restoration. So, and as well as doing some art, drawing and stuff.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Brandon and DIY Duke have got
we're teaming up.
the collaboration that will change it's the phase 3 of the Buff Dudes extended universe.
Yeah.
It's going to be the classic car showdown.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And for me, writing is reading and writing. I know, sounds kind of boring, but I mean, that's
like camping and stuff. I mean, Hudson has I can't remember year.
It's 1973 too.
It is a 73. Okay. FJ.
74.
Or 74.
Maybe 73 or 74.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool though. But yeah, our plan is to go camping a little bit more this year. Take all the 4x4s out and just have a good time.
Hell yeah. Let's see, just catching on some comments really quick. Johnny from YouTube says, can't believe how big your boy is getting, Hudson. What are you feeding him, or is it just the buff genes? We try to feed him well. We don't want to be those classic parents that are like, nothing but healthy food, but I mean, a well-rounded diet. And of course, I think it is a little bit of the genetics too. So
was he like 98%? Or what was his like?
He was at a very high percentile as he was younger.
Size.
Yeah, I think it went down a little bit, but in the beginning, at least, when he was very little, the doctors were kind of like, "Man, that's a big kid."
Like a Nephilim.
Exactly. Let's see. Rod X from YouTube says, "What pre-workout did you use today?" Nothing. I didn't even have coffee, which is why I think I'm a little maybe.
It's a fine line, because if you have too much coffee before this, you get really jittery and you feel like your heart rate gets too high. So I actually had some coffee this morning, and it definitely did the trick.
Yeah.
Pre-workout though, probably like coffee mainly. Usually what we have.
Mark from YouTube says, love how your videos have evolved over time. It would be great to see a behind the scene of your filmmaking process. Very inspirational. Thanks, guys. Mark, thank you very much. We really appreciate that. If you haven't seen the video before, we made a video on our YouTube channel. You can look up, I think it's called How to Create a Popular YouTube Channel, which I made about 2 years ago, which really goes into depth of how we kind of do our creative process. So if you haven't had a chance, check that one out, but we could make another one in the future. We really have loved trying to grow our channel and continue to evolve over the years. So we really appreciate that comment. Let's see. What Gabriel from YouTube says, what brand of mobility band would you recommend for someone starting out? Bicep Salute from Hungary. Hell yeah. We have our own bands. They're on www.buffdudes.us, but sadly they're sold out right now because we didn't realize that, you know, as many people were going to want them as they did, which was amazing.
It even has a Buff Dude logo.
It does. We're very proud of that.
This is like having our own like a toy line or something.
It is.
It's crazy. It's the point where like, wow.
Yeah, I sleep with those at night.
Oh, definitely.
I just rubber band myself in a cocoon.
Yeah, you like take it.
Well, yeah, that's true. So when they do get in stock, look for them though, because we're really excited to get them back.
Yeah.
Oh man, I apologize if I get
Mike,
this name wrong.
from YouTube, you guys should go live when you're super drunk. That would actually be interesting. I just watched this thing from you guys know the Top Gear guys or even Drive Tribe YouTube channel. James May, Richard Hammond, and Jeremy Clarkson. Well, James May and Hammond they take shots while answering questions and building Legos. It was pretty fun, but yeah, I think we would do our own Buff Dude style, and that might be pretty fun for sure. Maybe playing video games and drinking.
I can see you regretting that next day.
Yeah, you just don't want to take it too far.
Exactly.
Maybe not super drunk.
We're prone when we had a few drinks to get really, really giddy. So I think
giddy, mouthy, loud.
Yeah, as most people, I guess.
That's true.
Gorov from YouTube says, any bodyweight lower body program? We do actually. We have a bodyweight program which covers everything, upper, lower, full body, and that's on our website, www.buffdudes.us. Wolfie from YouTube says, did I miss the workout? You did.
Yeah, sorry,
but we
Wolfie.
do it every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, which would be Los Angeles time.
Yep.
Man, we're still getting the Sanket asking if we follow CT Fletcher.
We might have to just kick you out of here, man.
We might have, someone mentioned Thor earlier, and we might have to take the Thor's band hammer and exactly. Cleggy with a $5 donation. Thank you very much on YouTube. Yeah. Hey guys, loving the dumbbell program. I'd like to target my back a bit more. It's my all-around weakest area. Any favorite at-home back workouts?
Well, if you have dumbbells, you can do quite a few. I mean, a lot of different exercises. You can do single arm rows, bent over bilateral rows. You can do pullovers. You can do body weight, inverted rows. You can do pull ups. So you can do Supermans,
prone rows. If you have the height on your bench.
Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of action. What you can do is, in that program, the dumbbell program, you can basically just cherry pick all the back exercises, because I think we have the tutorials in that one, right? Yeah. So just take all the back exercise and make a back day out of it, basically, to really target your back. That would probably be the best idea.
And Nemesis from YouTube with the $2 donation. Thank you, Nemesis. What workouts do you guys do now? Superset, push-pull. I have been doing, just for me personally, at the moment, I've been doing like the 5x5 3 days a week, and then the 2 remaining days, because I'll do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On the Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll kind of work on weak points. Yeah, so that's me.
Yeah. I've been doing kind of more of what I trained like when I was younger. That video that we came out not too long ago where I trained like I did back in my 20s. I've been kind of sticking with that, honestly. I've been doing my legs, then chest and back. I haven't been doing morning and evening splits, though. I've been kind of just doing one workout per day. So legs together, chest and back together, shoulders, bis, and tries together, and take a couple of days off and then repeat. And I've been liking it.
Yeah. Hossam from Facebook says, why did you stop your YouTube videos for a while? We didn't actually.
No? Maybe you just weren't getting the notifications.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe, yeah, because we've been doing a weekly YouTube video for like the past 8 years straight. So we definitely have not stopped making YouTube videos for
Sometimes
sure.
we kind of want it.
Exactly.
A little bit of a break would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we love it, honestly. But sometimes it is a little bit of the pressure of like having something every week is
that can get kind of taxing from time to time. I feel like the flows have been going pretty good, but we might take a little break in the summer. Definitely. We'll probably still make weekly videos. That's true. Aurora from YouTube says, hey, Brandon, I have an 89 Ford Bronco too. I love it. The 70s Ford Broncos are awesome.
Oh, nice. That's awesome to hear. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's always fun kind of having an older vehicle and tweak. I mean, there's just so much. There's so easier to work on. That's what's the good thing. Obviously, having a newer vehicle can be a little bit more dependable at times. You just kind of get in, start, and go. But having those older vehicles, I mean, you kind of more hands on. It's just the feeling of driving. It's just so much different. So yeah, that's cool to hear.
And Gus from YouTube says, "Hey guys, what home shoulder exercise do you recommend best other than presses, upright rows, and laterals? We are still in lockdown in Scotland, UK, and I feel I need an alternative." Well, Gus, one that Brandon showed me about a year or two ago, which I've really enjoyed myself, is the shoulder extension exercise, which is basically you're in a bowed position and you're just bringing the arms back.
Yeah, which really helps pinpoint the posterior deltoid. The LYTs are excellent exercise. You can just do it with your body weight that we've done quite a few times. It's just you're just taking it here, L, Y, and then T, and that's really going to help more in that posterior kind of part of the deltoid, but really work on strengthening it and stabilizing it. And then the pushback push-ups are pretty good. I mean, it's still a pushing motion, but it's kind of a different feel to it. So yeah.
Nemesis from YouTube with another $2 donation. Thank you very much. He said, "What are your thoughts on SARMs for against?" We got another comment about that about a year ago, and I did a little research on SARMs, and I'm struggling to remember what SARMs are at the moment.
I can't remember either.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah. So we don't really probably. I'm assuming we would probably be against it, but I mean, we would need to research the topic a little further.
I can look it up.
Okay.
SARMs.
So Brandon's going to be looking that up right now.
I'll do the little Google search.
It reminds me of super arms. It's like the SNES as opposed to the NES. Frederick from YouTube says, "Hey, Buff Dudes, do you have any big upcoming projects?" Frederick, we do. This Monday, we have a really big one because we're making another gym build. But the Monday after this one, which I believe is going to be the first week of April, we have one of the largest projects we've ever done.
Yeah.
So look for that. Look for that very soon.
It's selective androgen receptor modulators.
Okay, that sounds very technical.
Yeah,
Girl365 with the $5 donation on YouTube. Thank you very much. 100 reps of bench press and 50 reps of squats with weight is not a good training plan, is it?
That's pretty high volume.
Yeah.
It can be okay, but you have to just be very cautious of like a rhabdo.
Yeah,
which is a real thing. So yeah, just it depends on your fitness level. It can be done for sure, but it's not really that necessary, honestly.
Yeah. It wouldn't be one of the first ones that we would gravitate towards.
Yeah. But we have done like 100 pull-ups and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like 10 sets of 10.
Yeah.
So you can still do it. I mean, there's still like the German high volume training is kind of similar to that. It's like 10 sets of somewhere on there. So yeah, it can definitely be done. You just be cautious and work up to something like that.
And Matt from YouTube, dude, Hudson kicked Sankett out. I put him in a timeout. So thank you very much. I actually put him
in a timeout.
I did. It feels like we're in kindergarten or something. I'm like, you're going to the timeout. So
he has a dunce cap on in the corner.
Yeah, we'll see if he learned his lesson. Zubin from YouTube says, "Hey, Buff Dudes, are bands good for putting on muscle? I've been using bands for 3 to 4 months now, and I've gotten stronger, but I don't see a physical difference. And that may be a little bit due to your diet as well." Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no. I'm just, they absolutely are good. They're you can increase the resistance. They have an amazing resistance. And yeah, it just depends on how you're eating as well. So it's definitely,
Yi Kwan with the $4.99 donation.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank
on
you.
YouTube. Have you guys done any videos for hard gainers? Maybe showing what a typical day should look like, diet, workout, rest. I have with Jack. Fine.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And I kind of was a little bit of that as well when I was younger. So just eating like crazy, tracking it, making sure you're consistent with it, and you'll eventually kind of see some progress in there for sure.
Yeah, and if you want to watch some of those videos, I believe what we call it is teen bodybuilding training on our main YouTube channel. We have a couple. One's with Ian showing the workouts, and one with another who was a teenager at the time named Jack, who we showed more of the food and workouts. Louis Vincent from Facebook says, "Do you have any recipes that are low-calorie, savory peanut sauce?" Anyways, stay buff. Yeah.
Peanut sauce.
Well, I don't think we have. Yeah, we apologize. It could be something for us to look into, but not at the moment.
there was one about high tension, high volume training. I think Dory's. I was going to answer, kind of lost it now.
Okay.
There it is. Yeah. I'll just, or was it Donnie from YouTube? I'll just say the first part. Hey dudes, do you think it's possible to build muscle with high tension and volume with light weights? Absolutely. Yeah. You don't always have to go heavy weight. You don't have to always do a lot of weight to gain muscle. You know, the progressive overload is that term is thrown around a lot, which works really well, but that's not always just with weight. You can obviously change your sets, your reps. You can do supersets, drop sets, force reps, stuff like that. And that's all going to help you gain muscle. So yeah, don't think you have to go really heavy.
Okay, well, it is, a little past 10 our time. Yeah. So that puts us past the
break time.
Exactly. And I really apologize. Actually, someone asked a comment a long time ago saying, where did we get this big growler? And it's just a Stanley growler mug for me personally. And then Brandon has.
I just have like a big ass blender bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. So sorry for you who asked so long ago, but that's what we got. But I've drank all this. And when I've drank all this, that means it's time for the bathroom break. So we're going to see all of you next Saturday. And until then, I guess stay buff, be well, and we'll see you then. So take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Yeah.
Well, guys said, you need a bigger screen. We agree.
We do.